Welcome to this episode of JustSaying podcast. Today I have Tabi, and Ash.
Yeah.
And today we're talking about real husbands. What's a real husband? Can you be
Of Atlanta.
Real husbands of Africa. Can you be a good husband and broke?
And broke. You know.
Hey,
I ain't saying she a gold digger.
but she ain't making messing with no broke.
Broke.
Hey.
Ungabe murume chaye re asina mari.
Okay, may I teach you so?
Yes.
Maybe if we define, okay, what is a broke husband? Because if we define that, then we know. Okay, what are you saying is a broke husband? Are you saying Guti? Okay. Panama stage. Panama two things here.
Yeah.
Is this guy broke because he's lazy? Or is this guy just a good try, but
Alright, maybe let's define broke first.
What's a broke person?
Then I'll tell you first.
Broke.
I'll tell you why. Let's define that. If you can ask Mr. Google.
Is it Mr. or Mrs.? By the way, Google.
Okay, let's say doctor so that we don't sound patriarch.
What's the gender of Google?
Non-binary.
Non-binary. That's
Non-binary.
another thing we need to
Yeah.
get into. Or does Google identify as we? He, she, we.
Oh, they.
Or they.
Hey.
Yeah.
I am Google. I now identify as Amazon.
Right. It says if you are broke, you have no money. What do you mean of okay.
You went to Urban
Penniless.
Dictionary again, ain't you?
No. This is Collins.
Collins. Okay.
Ah.
Yeah. What is considered being broke? Broke is living paycheck to pay.
Shit. That's everybody, isn't it?
Exactly. That's everybody.
Broke is living paycheck to paycheck with no savings intact. Broke is being in debt up to your eyeballs. Broke is buying a brand new 30K car because you can afford the monthly payments but not having enough in your bank account to cover a $1,000 emergency. This is perfect for this
Right.
podcast because I
Alright,
feel like
let's use that.
this
let's
is a
use
lot
that.
of people.
It is a lot of
Let's
people.
use that.
This
yeah.
is a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because if I like the last part where it says with you, if you have an emergency,
Mm.
you know, like something that needs $1,000, maybe your kid, something happens,
Mm.
they
Yeah,
need
yeah,
urgent medical attention.
Yeah. Like
Can
I had
you
that last
manage?
year. Last year, my daughter needed adenoids removed, and she was boiling up and everything. And it's one of those where I felt she was dying, you know, and I couldn't afford it. I just needed $3,000 for the surgery, and I couldn't afford it.
So does that make you broke though?
Broke.
Okay. So what's the threshold now? Okay. There's broke.
I think
Paycheck
let's
to
use
paycheck.
this as an example.
Yeah, paycheck
I think
to
it's
paycheck.
a great
Okay,
example.
I get it.
Yeah.
Also, we need to see what's the threshold of being broke. If when are you not broke? After you can do the 1,000 thing, and are you now? What are you then? After you're not broke, you're not rich, but
You're
what are
not rich, but I think you're.
I think that's a little bit more complicated.
And
Yeah.
Maybe let's relegate it to broke.
to broke
Yeah.
jet.
Let's relegate it to
I
broke.
think broke is maybe one not being able to cover, to be in, like being in debt, like
Mhm.
not being able to cover your either it's food, school fees,
Yeah.
rent.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're not even talking
Depending on
about
whatever standards of
medical.
life you want.
Yeah.
That's the thing now.
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you one thing. The reason why I was saying what's the threshold in my mind, I was thinking this. There's a difference. $1,000 to a certain person
Yeah.
is actually way above their standard of living.
Yes.
And they'll say, if I only get $600, I'm
600.
good.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm talking about, yeah,
Yeah.
you can go on a bo.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
That's true.
So that's what I was trying to say with you. within the standard of living with which you have
Yes,
set for
within
yourself.
that standard of if it's a $50 standard of living,
Yeah.
within that.
Okay, can I bring it back
Yeah.
to yes, the standard of living? What should a normal father
Yes.
or husband be able to do? What without being
Without struggling too much.
fancy? No,
Oh.
here we're not necessarily talking about money, but what are the expectations?
Right. That's
And
a
then-
very good
yeah,
question. That's
yeah.
a very good question. First and foremost, the thing that
Shelter.
shelter.
Yeah.
Whatever type of shelter you have,
Mm,
it has to be
Shelter.
adequate for your family.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
They must be comfortable in a manner yokuti vane bed,
Okay.
vane electricity,
Yes.
or vane mvura,
Uh,
and they
Food.
have food. The
Okay.
food
Food is the next one.
Oh,
is
yeah.
the next one. Yeah, shelter, food.
Oh, yeah. Food is something else.
Yeah. Food is something else. You may not be chowing
Yeah.
Vic 22.
Doesn't
food.
have to be caviar,
Nah.
whatever, but according to whatever standards.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. To
of
say
living
ukuthi-
that.
Mm.
When she married you, she was like, "This is us. We
Mm.
stay in this neighborhood, and
This
we've
is who
got
we
this.
are.
This is who we are."
Yeah, and then she starts nagging. Oh no, sorry. I mean,
Yeah.
nah.
And then she starts comparing with Ash and his Audi.
We want an Audi.
He's like,
too.
but
But that's not what we
your
said.
boys and you hang and
Oh, that's another one. We need to actually
Yo,
touch on
Tata,
that.
Yeah.
Zidza, something.
Eh,
say.
eh.
yeah.
Kuti, somebody, Costa's
How?
place. How come Costa's got it
Yeah.
all together? You know.
Do you know how much one microphone is? And Kosa's got like 8 mics right here. You know?
Well, as
And he's your boy and you're saying you're broke,
Take a mic.
you know?
No, I get.
So how come you can afford $5 ice cream
mm.
with some help? Okay, I digress.
Okay.
But anyway.
No, but the aspect of brokenness is probably predetermined
Yeah.
by the standard of living you set for yourself.
Yes, exactly.
At the same time, every man.
Expectations as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. Every man's got
Yeah.
ane pa not okay, guys. Ndakatsanganira baba.
Yeah.
I've got aspirations. I need to get to this
To
point.
this point.
Yes.
And if I haven't got to that point, that makes me broke, doesn't it?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. That's why I like this definition. Forget the figures that the examples.
Yeah, yeah.
But
It's just about
if in that standard
in
of
case
living,
of emergency.
in case of emergency,
Mm.
let's say you are living a $50 lifestyle.
Was it Robert Kiyosaki was saying to you,
Yeah.
you're broke if you don't have at least 3 months' salary in your
There's like
Aye.
6 months of
Nah.
savings type of
or
thing.
some nonsense like that?
Yeah.
If I remember that.
Yeah. Let's say your standard of living is $50.
Look, I feel like those definitions,
Yeah.
Mm.
they would make a lot of people broke. They would put a lot of people broke.
Yeah.
I feel like what you were the pathway you're on, where you're saying, look, if you can provide shelter, whether you own it or you're renting, if you can afford to pay the rent, you can afford to keep the lights on, put food on the table, then beyond that, let's say school fees, school fees, being able to pay for school fees,
Yeah.
and then now we're now looking at, all right, can you buy clothes for your kids, your wife?
How many times do
Maybe.
you do that?
Can
actually?
you-
That's another question.
Can you up and papa or buy the
Guys.
chicken in?
What are you saying, Tavi?
Please, Mr. V, you're shaking your head.
Why are you saying mellow?
All right, no, finish. I'll get in later.
I think for me, if we can't then cover those, let's not even get fancy. You can't pay rent, or you're behind on rent. Are you still a good father?
Husband.
Father or husband?
Husband.
Because father is a different. There's a difference.
Okay, yeah, husband.
Husband.
Yeah.
If you say husband,
Yeah.
Because father, the
You're
one
not-
who determines whether you're a good father
Is your
or
child.
not is your child.
the one who determines whether
My
a good
daughter
husband or
thinks I'm
not.
the greatest father in the world.
So let me tell
So
you right
husband.
now. Let me tell you right now.
Yeah.
Every woman thinks their husband is broke.
No.
Let me
Are
tell you why.
telling me that
No.
if we
Let me
speak
tell you why.
to Tagiri's wife,
No.
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 Let me tell me.
I've
wait,
got
wait,
married
wait.
friends.
Hold
I've
on.
got women
Let me tell
that
you
are
this.
married that are
Let me
friends.
tell you this. Let me tell you this.
Uh.
By if you're being judged by another person's standards, if a woman is judging you, my guy, you're always broke.
Yes, I agree.
will tell you that.
I agree. But I've got lady friends that have told me this, and they're like, my husband is not broke.
What is it?
However, they'll then look for other
Akawomera.
things.
Akawomera.
Yeah, they'll look for other things like he's stingy or whatever.
Yeah.
No, it's not every woman who say their husband is.
According to Master, okay, man, do this. I mean, if you are judged on how to be a good husband, if you're a good husband or not, on monetary value, we are all broke.
Oh, you know what?
Because if you're then judged, if you're a husband and you're just being judged by what you can do.
Okay, so maybe we've been dwelling on one side of the equation.
Yeah.
What makes a good husband or good father?
That's what I was getting.
What makes a good husband?
What makes a good husband is
I think being a good father is clear.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you have to spend time with your son,
Yeah.
daughter. You have to be there for
Sometimes you
them.
just have to be present.
Just being there.
Yeah.
Just being there. And
Good husband.
Husband now.
husband
That's the
definition.
tricky part.
It's tricky because it's your wife judging you. It's your wife.
Yeah,
with
women's
That's
standards.
community
checkbook.
as well.
Women's standards
Because
change.
you're a husband in a community.
Yeah, that's what's another.
that
Women's standards change
constantly.
constantly. And
Okay, can we get a basic,
Obviously-
a starter
Obviously,
bundle of a good
if-
husband?
If
a starter bundle.
starter bundle.
Yeah.
For in my own opinion, from what I've heard and whatnot, the basics that we spoke about, the food, shelter, food, shelter, and being able to pay school fees, yamwana, and roof over the head, all that. Pakataba, ziripo. But could you take good husband? Unufano ita wife allowance. No pass, no tangira.
So-
it's a good husband.
so-
Could you-
Okay.
Bringing you back, Ash,
Alright.
eh,
with that you've said, I'm not even at the wife allowance
mm,
stage.
Yeah.
I'm 3 months behind on rent.
yeah.
I can't. Does that mean I can never qualify to be a good husband?
No, it now depends now on your actions during that 3 month period, because you could be going through something. You could be trying to go to do what you need to do and get things covered, or you could just be an ass and just say, fuck it.
No, but I'm going I'm going to work, and maybe the company I'm working for, things aren't really going well.
Yeah.
This is a lot. This happens a
You're-
lot where
Yeah.
you hear someone,
Yeah, definitely.
the amount they get paid,
Mm.
and just the transport.
Especially with the world recession and stuff.
It's not even. It's not
The
even
transport money they have to. It's almost like they're financing the company
just to go to work.
just to go to work.
You're very right about that. That doesn't make you a bad husband. The thing is, that's the action.
You're thinking like a man now.
Oh wait, am I?
Yes.
Yeah.
How many times have you had a woman say,
Mm.
I can't have a husband who earns X amount? Already, criteria-wise, she's like, that person will not be a good husband. She'll never say, I can't have a husband who's not good looking or who does not speak
Right,
well.
I get you.
Or who does,
I get you.
you know,
Or
or who doesn't have side chicks. It's like, how much does he
You're
earn?
very right. You're very right there, because
That's where the
you
wife
ha-
allowance
you-
comes in.
you also, another thing we forgot is that standard yekunzi husband footy. You know, can I define on the woman
Yes.
is crazy,
It's
crazy
crazy.
different, because you'll have some woman will tell you kuti chero zvadi shamarga, when we get married, a minimum yekwandinogara ku Borodale,
Yes. No matter what.
no matter what,
Yeah.
even tichikwangwa.
You
I
could be a
have to
great
live there.
father and all this stuff, but
You could be the
I am
best
going
father
to
in the
stay
world,
in
but I will
another
never,
neighborhood.
ever stay anywhere kusiri ku Borodale.
so when you fail there,
You
fail in
to
quotations,
her,
to her,
you failed.
you're failed. You're not a good husband.
But chinzwa manje uri kugara oti sorry baby, I can't, we can't afford Borodale, but I'll be in Mount Pleasant.
Yeah.
But
Other people are
Other
looking
people are
out
like,
from the
"Whoa."
outside. They're like, wow.
shit, you're in Mount
You know,
Pleasant.
Ashley stays in Mount Pleasant.
Yeah.
Wow, he's a
But-
great husband.
But kumbagu, you're a failure.
Yeah. There's the nagging,
Whoa.
nagging, nagging.
Okay, so maybe can I ask this question? There are no women here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a men's podcast.
Yes.
To us men, what is a good husband?
Sha, kana usingarari nenzara,
Yeah.
and you're under one roof, where
Yeah.
The rain is not raining on you, and you have a comfortable bed. You have a safe place to
Yeah.
live.
Yeah.
You don't have your
Yeah.
safety is not in question, and our child is fed.
Safety is guaranteed.
It's guaranteed.
Yeah.
Our child
Yeah.
is safe.
Yeah.
Unoona TV.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's at DS. Sometimes it's at Netflix.
Yeah. Sometimes
depends.
it's ZBC.
Sometimes
You know?
tangoterera zvedu radio.
Yes.
But we're in an environment where there's no danger to you. You have sustenance, and you have you are living without having to do anything. All you have to do is just wake up,
And for you, Tab,
and tell the maid what to do.
I would add on.
uh-huh.
I agree with everything that he
Mm.
said.
Mm.
Maybe because we
Mm.
grew up together, we think alike. I would add, because my wife is my trophy, you know, I would also want her to look good, because she then represents, you know, me
Daddy.
wherever she's out there, you know. So she's also looking good. She might not wear Dolce and Gabbana and all this stuff,
But
but
she's presentable.
You know, you can say that, this is Mrs. So-and-so, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can also, number one for me is, you can see that I'm trying.
Yes.
You know, I might not be making figures like Jigga,
Mm.
but I'm trying. Every morning
I wake up.
I got dreams, and you can actually see me tick off. You know, like I got my boy Steve. Shout out to my boy Steve.
Dot in the building.
He's one of those guys. He's one of my accountability partners. I'm so envious of him, you know, because he starts off the year, he writes down a list, and you can see him tick off. You know, tick. I've now bought a house. Tick. I've now done this. You're like, how do you do it? You know, so you might not have achieved everything. You'd love his family to be in I don't know, double story Beverly Hills mansion, but you can see that he's trying. You know, he wanted like maybe a Lamborghini, but he couldn't get it, but he managed to get a Prado. Right. Or you can see that, you know, you can tick off certain boxes. To me, that's more than anything else, because some guys are not. Some guys will just sit and they don't even try.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
If we're to go back to like 1,000 years ago, it'll be a lion has come to attack the family, and the guy just sits there and says, I don't know. But if somebody actually, you know that movie 300, someone actually goes out and says, I know this lion is going to devour me, but I'm going to try.
Exactly.
That's what that guy did in 300.
I think for me, I agree with a lot that you're saying, but I also feel like there has to be an environment for you to thrive.
Yeah.
Because if you're in an environment where, and I've been in environments like this before, where I'll give an example. There's a video I saw a couple of days ago where there's a scientist, and they're talking about fleas, and the whole thing was about conditioning. Said if you take fleas, you put them in a jar, you close it, leave it for like 2 days. These fleas like trying to jump out, hitting the lid. You know, they said that after that period, whatever, you open the lid, they'll never jump higher than that. And the offspring of those fleas will also never jump higher than that. And with time, you know, it then affects that. And I feel like being a good husband is conditional compared to, it's conditioned to the wife as well. Because
they play their part.
I feel like men, we are designed to be motivated to achieve.
Yes.
And if there's no motivation,
that's why we need wives.
If there's no motivation, even look at it this way. Have you ever noticed, Kuti, generally, when a guy gets married, it's like, even in terms of earning abilities, sometimes it kind of goes higher.
Most times
it kind of goes
I
higher.
improved when I got married.
Yeah.
You know,
Somehow,
arguably, you know.
And I feel like
I improved.
it's that encouragement.
Yeah.
It's just having that someone say, when you fall, pick yourself up, or someone saying, "Good, you know what? Just take a risk, try this." You know, and I feel like each wife gets the husband they deserve. You know, you
say again.
Say it again. Say it again.
Say it
Rewind, selector.
I feel like each wife gets the husband they deserve. You
Right.
know, because you build someone up. I feel like men, we are.
God.
I think we're naturally driven, but then the question is now, what drives you? And I feel
What's
like
your purpose,
a
yeah.
wife can be like a rudder in a in a boat where it's like.
You're very right. You know, a perfect example of that would be. I stopped watching it, but I felt it so deeply when I watched that Billions. Remember Billions?
Yeah,
I've always wanted to watch it.
I love that.
Do you
show.
see the combination of
watch
him and
it.
his wife?
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
I need to watch Billions.
Yeah.
We're
She
gonna
was
find
the
Billions.
fire. She was the fire.
Yeah.
She was the fire in his this guy. If I end up with Denga, and then she'll be like, baby, let's take that person out, and he'll be like, I'm gonna do it. She built him in such a manner. Yaguchi, he had passion every day.
I need to watch it, man.
Yeah.
Remember what I kept saying, that we need to go back in time, because that's how it was.
Yeah.
A king will have his queen, and that queen is the one who would then push.
Yeah.
And just to add on to the whole, the wife
God.
gets the husband they deserve. It's like if you keep tearing down someone, if you keep
Belittling them.
you know, you're like this, you're like this, and
You're on
keep
fire, bro. You're on fire.
and you keep repeating it, you are shaping the person who
it's mentally they'll reach this.
Yeah.
They'll be like, you know what? Why even bother?
yeah. And then
You're Will Smithing him.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, for sure.
and
Oh, the way I hate
You know what I mean?
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sure most men hate
Oh my
Jada.
God.
Yeah.
She's a decapitator of balls of notes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So-
maybe I did see her. Anyway.
No, Dosiva. I know.
So
I know.
so even
Yeah.
when we bring it back to the whole wife allowance,
Jack Sparrow. He's also
even
another.
when we bring it back to the whole wife allowance thing, you know, life is like you have to generally, like, as a business person, you have to plan ahead for certain things. You can't always start with the what can I say? You can't always start with the best of everything. You know, I mean, even in businesses, governments, there's financing that happens. You know, where you get, say, a bank like CBZ or FBC doing something. Sometimes maybe because they issue out shares, they get capital to invest in a big project that then generates revenue.
Exactly.
If you think about that, and then you bring it down to the husband level, each individual man level, for this person to be able to provide the lifestyle that you want, unless sometimes they get that injection to be able to create the revenue streams or income streams that finance that, you can start with the other side, but just know the clock is running on that thing if there's no revenue to support that. You may, and I feel like you end up in an even worse situation. Say you're staying in Borado or Mount Pleasant by Guinea, and there was no revenue to support that.
There's lots of beginners that
Yeah.
are done because of the woman. I'm gonna tell you straight.
Yeah.
The wife puts the pressure on them, on the guy to say,
Exactly.
because the guy he's got his own standards, yeah.
Yeah.
But panosvika kamaka reasonability, but for real, this school and this school,
Exactly.
totally, this one is better than this one. But why are you paying triple that? No, because my friend's kids go
is
there.
going there. Yeah. You see?
That's the only reason.
And sometimes, as a woman, sometimes maybe this is why your husband is not coming home as often, or comes back home late, or is always drunk.
Because he's trying to
these
deal
are,
with this shit.
Yeah, these are stressful things. Because sometimes, generally, I feel like men, we are futuristic in our thinking. So you might be seeing that, okay, maybe he earns $600.
Mm.
And yes, he can pay for that thing, but he can see that, yes, I can pay for it, but I can't afford it. You know.
There's a difference.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
And maybe
There's a difference between having enough money
to pay for
to
something.
pay for something and being able to
afford
afford
it.
something.
Yeah.
Say again.
Say it again, my brother.
And you find it, maybe that's the reason why this person is always high. Because in their mind, they're stressed of the day, when that day comes when they can't pay their rent.
When there's
they
that
can't pay the
emergency.
school fees. And they're now being forced to move to maybe a lesser neighborhood.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, with, okay, my wife is already hectic about
This
this.
neighbor.
Yeah.
And now, what about when we have to,
To move to
Move
this
to
this
crime-infested neighborhood.
And I feel like that whole being good is relative and depends on the wife. You see. So, I think as guys, look, of course you get bums, but sometimes you have to ask yourself, how did this person become?
There are more good people than bums, eh?
Yeah. How did
especially Zimbabwe?
Yeah.
Especially, yeah.
How
yeah.
did this person get to
Exactly.
the stage where they are now a bum? I feel like if you trace it back, there's conditioning. That conditioning either comes from a mother or the wife.
Yeah.
Because the
Those
mother
are the people
sometimes
that really affect a man.
Yeah.
Because when you look at it, the
Kevin
mother
Samuels
sometimes
once said the same thing.
the mother sometimes, if the father is out of the picture, or if the mother keeps painting the father with a bad brush, saying, "Your father's bad,
Father ain't shit."
you know,
Man, I ain't shit.
yeah. At some point, it can get so overwhelming to a point where, or you keep telling your son, you need to do this or you need to do that, and it can get so overwhelming.
Don't be a bum. Do everything for your wife. Don't be like your father.
It can get so overwhelming where
Then he becomes a simp.
You
when he
actually-
Becomes
grows
a simp.
you actually kill the drive
up.
from this person, where it's like they don't even want to try anymore. You know. So I think it's relative.
Yeah. It's a funny thing that it comes full circle, where literally, okay, the husband being broke and whatnot, it also comes back. Women don't understand that they make the men they are.
Yeah.
That's what comes back to your point. You get the husband you deserve.
Yeah.
I got so many examples. How much time do we got?
Yo, woo! I think we could talk about this some more.
Oh God, we could talk about this forever, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's interesting. It's interesting.
You
So
get the
you get the husband you
husband you
deserve.
deserve.
So conversely, you get the wife you deserve.
How?
No,
It's different.
It's different?
It's totally
Because
different.
How many wives will put the same effort when it comes to the guys? Just look at gifts. When wives buy men gifts and when men buy their wives gifts, it's
Even if they
different.
earn the same amount of money,
Even if she earns
they're both earning
more,
$500, or she earns more.
or if she earns more, the guy will always buy better gifts.
Shit, I think
Yeah.
I think I'm wrong on that one because
Yeah.
I can't gift buy for shit. I'll be honest. I can't
No, me
gift
too. Me too.
I can't gift buy for shit.
But I've seen.
Okay,
even-
wait. Let me ask you a question then. Okay, is it because of now that's happened? Because I'll be honest. I've seen my mother. My mother works hard as a muff. Back
I
then.
feel like maybe it's now with this
Because
whole new
back on
age.
my
No, I think it's
there was-
always been there.
no.
Because there still are hardworking women who really support.
Yeah.
I've got friends that are. Sorry, I keep saying I've got friends. I know you guys look at me fun when I say that, but I've got lady friends that are actually the breadwinners,
Right.
and they work hard. You know.
But
Do they wear the
no.
pants in the?
Do you know what?
Yeah.
When you look at that relationship where the woman is the breadwinner, the way she will hold that over the guy, and when
Please
the
believe
roles
me.
are reversed, you will never hear a guy
100%.
saying no.
100%. That's all right.
They
No, I
they're
never.
holding it over their
Yeah.
head.
Never.
Because for
Never.
them it's like
100%.
it's
a
my
power trip.
responsibility.
Yeah.
But for a woman it's a power trip. They start behaving different.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're not a good husband because you're broke.
You're not a good husband because you're broke.
Yeah.
But I take care of everything else.
Hey, you get the husband you deserve. I was talking to a friend of mine. A friend of mine dropped me off last night. Remember we
I
have
should do t-shirts like that.
Yeah, you know, we should actually have just saying t-shirts
Yeah, for real.
with those lines. So he tells me he was just venting about his best friend who he fell in love with this chick, right? And they were really getting along well, but then the chick really wanted to get married. He wasn't ready. So, pressure. You see, she lied that she was pregnant. And
she deserved that.
Yeah, so he believed her, and because of how he was raised, he took her in. So whilst they were still organizing the whole marriage, traditional thing, they're obviously shagging.
Right.
Then she got pregnant for real.
Oh.
So you only found out after the marriage. You're not doing the math.
The math is like,
math.
whoa.
Like, wait a minute.
You lied.
You lied. You got pregnant 3 months after.
You lied to me.
But you're now married, and it's not that he didn't want to marry her, but
he wasn't ready.
He wasn't ready. So she's like she's a dick. She stopped him from hanging with his boys. She, the whole reasons of I don't like you hanging with Costa, I don't like you hanging with Ash. So now his whole life is kind of like so miserable. He's not that guy anymore.
His soul is gone.
There are a lot of men like
and
that.
So all of a sudden now he's not that great husband because he's, when you can tell your boy has changed, he's gone dark. He's always gloomy. He's always gloomy. He's always He's just not
himself
anymore because of home. You know how it is. All of us are married. Home is
it should be your sanctuary.
That's your sanctuary.
You should be inspired to wake up in the morning.
Exactly.
That's true.
So
and say, right, I'm going to make money for us.
I'm going to make money for us. So she's not building him anymore. She's just always breaking him. You gotta do this. You're the husband. You gotta do this. You gotta do that.
And I think, do you know what's happened? Sometimes you get to such a low point where it's like there's no reason anymore.
Yeah.
Like to either be here or to try or to
fuck it.
And now you got 3 kids. And remember, he was raised right, so he also doesn't believe in just
leaving. Yeah.
So he's now sucking it in, stuck, because he doesn't believe in divorce. But he's now got 3 kids and a bitch of a wife.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm a face.
If he leaves, people will then say he's the ass.
He's the asshole.
Yeah.
And Ababa, she was taking care of you.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Then on the contrary, this I heard like a year ago. One of my friends, a mutual friend, he told me of his sister was married to this other Nigerian dude. The guy was one of those gangsters, dealers. He was making shitload of money. But he would take care of his wife. He was great husband. You'd always give her, wife allowance and so forth. But she had her head on straight. So she would take that money and she would invest in properties and all this stuff. So then she did the fan. The guy went
broke.
Like everything just crumbled. Remember when Zim used to make a lot of money in the streets, and then that whole forex exchange thing stopped. So now he's got nothing. So he was now like, being a man, he's like, you know what? Maybe we need to go back home to Nigeria and all that. Will you be cool with it? And she's like, no, bruh, we've got houses. Like, you got houses? If you see their marriage right now, it's just like...
It's
wonderful.
It's wonderful because he saw his wife in a different light. Even now, his businesses and all is now,
he's always picking up again.
They're now picking up again, but there's that whole motivation. Like I said, you get the husband you deserve.
And
she's like, so this woman is a great woman,
And I feel like we're not we're not throwing a pity party also.
Yeah.
No.
I feel like look, as a woman or a man, you're allowed to desire what you want. If you're a chick and you want a rich guy,
go for it.
Go for it. It's fine.
But to those who are already married, and then 2 who know that, okay, my chances of getting a rich guy, because the other thing is there are not many of them. Yes, maybe there might be 10,000 or 20,000, but we're in a nation of
R.I.P. Kevin Samuels,
15, 16 million, and under half of those are men. Yeah, high value men. They're not a lot. So if you're already married, maybe ask yourself.
Way less than half.
Yeah, maybe ask yourself, okay, is the way I'm treating this guy, are my expectations, are the words that I'm saying the ones that are driving him to
Is
always be
$500
depressed.
really
Yeah.
little?
Yeah, and the ones that are, the words I'm saying, the ones that are driving him away from his family and kids, making him always high, like killing his spirit, and
Yeah.
because I feel like we are born to, like hunt,
Yeah, hunt
you know,
and conquer.
hunt and conquer, but because of this third, like modern way of thinking, feminist,
It's a dead force.
you know, you're trying to destroy patriarchy, like it's a bad thing,
Patriarchy.
you know.
Jesus. Anyway.
Toxic masculinity.
Toxic masculinity.
Don't open the door for me. I can open my own door.
Okay.
Anyway,
Right.
I guess the conclusion is you get the husband you deserve.
You get the husband you deserve.
Yeah.
Hey, we need to do t-shirts, bro. No, for real.
Yeah.
No, guys. I'm declaring now. Online store soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
just saying t-shirts.
You gotta buy merch.
You gotta buy merch. All these lines, for real, man. That's a dope line, Costa. Damn.
But it also applies to what you call it for partners. You say like a
Yeah.
girlfriend and boyfriend. You get the girlfriend you deserve because you're going after this person. Would you want to do those?
But I'm gonna kunyepera.
Yeah.
Talk
But
on
kunye
Nyepera.
batoni batese.
Talk on Nyeperana tese,
But
but
hunu wako unozobuda zvawo. Some way somehow. Ma traits emunhu anobuda. Anobuda. But first date papa unyatsoona ichi chiburoela ichi.
yeah, but if you haven't been trained to see that,
Yeah.
Ndo pane nyaya.
remember what he spoke about, about driving license and stuff. Yeah, you need.
We need.
we need training.
But weirdly,
Back in the days, there was
that's
training.
exactly what I was
That's
about
the
to
thing.
say.
We've killed that whole traditional. shit.
Totaurana anatete
Yeah.
this is-
You'll be told
you know-
how to be a husband.
You be teacher.
She will be told how to be a wife.
Kana baba swika wada kudrive.
Yes.
It's those little things.
And you're
that
also
then
taught
become-
this is what a woman
Exactly.
wants. Be a
Exactly.
provider,
Be a
man.
provider, don't
Get your ass up.
exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
I remember Kevin Samuels had a podcast about that.
Hmm.
You're like, get your ass up. Yeah, you just keep complaining about women, this, women, that. No. Work on yourself. Wear a
gotta-
suit.
Mm.
You know, brush
High
your
value
teeth.
man.
High value man. Shave. You know, tap the shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get the husband.
So remember to like, share, subscribe,
Subscribe.
Comment.
Comment.
comments.
Yeah.
And when the t-shirts come by then,
Buy the
Yes,
merch.
Buy the merch.
Buy the merch.
remember,
From Just Saying.